Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream. Sorry about that. Like I said, this is my first time actually doing YouTube live streaming. Normally I use Twitch for everything, but I thought we would actually, jump into some stuff. So obviously I see everyone in the chat. We have, Critters Abroad, Joe Alter, Brogan, Philly Sports. Welcome to the stream. Like I said, I apologize. This is my first time with YouTube. So I've been really just trying to figure everything out. That's why for the people who came here earlier, I'd say 15 minutes ago, I was trying to do a test stream and then it was like, oh yeah, you're live, whatever. But yeah, so welcome to my first YouTube stream. So yeah, oh hello, okay, Artistic Kiwi, welcome to the stream. And yes, so I thought I would just kind of go over everything that we're going to be doing on this stream. So, I did a poll on my stream a few minutes ago, and maybe an hour ago at this point, and from what I can tell, the majority of people would like to see me doing some updated mods live on the stream. So today, we are going to be doing, updating probably one of my most popular mods, which is the White Rhino mod. So, this was the White Rhino mod, it's available on Nexus, but the issue and the catch here is, now that 1.4 is out, it doesn't work anymore. So we have to update it live, and that's basically what we're going to do. And then I thought we can either decide, whether we want to update some other mods that I have in the work, so stuff like maybe the gibbon or clouded leopard, something like that. If people want me to continue doing just update mods or whatever. I'm not sure how interesting it'll be, but I thought I would give it a shot if people really are interested in working on, seeing updated mods live. So I have here, this is the old White Rhino model that I had. So this is the model from 1.3 when I updated it. And today we are going to be just updating it. Yes, Critters Abroad. I will be showing off for those who want to see all of the Aquatic Pack stuff that I've been working on. I still need to come up with a better name than the Aquatic Pack because that's literally just going to confuse people with the DLC. So I'm thinking of either calling it the Aquarium Pack or the Marine Pack, but it's really not sure. So yeah, I need to figure something out with that. And unfortunately, and I'm gonna say this right now, unfortunately, it doesn't appear like I'm gonna be able to get it out by tomorrow, like I was hoping for. I could maybe upload the mods, but I had a big plan. I want to do a whole trailer announcement. I wanted to do a custom theme song to go with it. Tricoar, the person who was helping me with the Wallaby episode of Roger Williams, is helping me build the park that's going to be alongside it, and I'll show that off on the stream. Nick's voice sounds exhausted. Yeah, I've been very tired because I've been working very, very hard on that pack. But yeah, so I thought, we're just, gonna show it off today. You should call it the SeaWorld pack. I could call it that. I don't know if I want to use, the actual, name SeaWorld, per se. But, yeah, so let's just get kind of started here. So, like I said, this is the old White Rhino model, and we're going to just start figuring it out. Yeah, I am very surprised to see 50, especially on Christmas Eve. The fact that, most people on my streams and stuff on Twitch, I'll get, maybe 2 to 3 people. But, yeah, I mean, clearly that poll that I did the other day, to say, hey, do you want me to stream on YouTube? Everyone, 171 people voted, and 87% of you voted for YouTube. I've never heard of that. Merry Christmas to you, Dill. I'm baffled by that. I mean, I probably shouldn't be, considering how I have a YouTube audience, but I don't know. I just always thought that Twitch was the standard, Twitch or platform for live streaming, just in general. But I guess the majority of Planet Zoo streamers, because like I said, I talked to Drew, I talked to Stan, I talked to a whole bunch of people, and we've all kind of agreed that YouTube is where the Planet Zoo community's at. So if that's what people want, that's what they're gonna get. So let's just get started on updating, shall we? So please ignore the fact that my actual desktop and computer is going to be a mess. My the way that I set up some files are going to be confusing as hell. So as an example, I put all of my mods in a thing called Shark Mod that I've done recently. So we have my African Penguin mod, my Beluga mod. Spoiler alert, I updated the Bentarong mod, so that Roger Williams episode will be coming out very shortly. People who watched on my Twitch might have seen me working live on the Binturong episode. And then we have the Cayman mod is actually what the Shark mod is. It's Can Dive was a test I was doing to see if I could make animals that couldn't dive dives, like polar bears. So that's still a work in progress. Cownose Ray, that's my Stingray mod. Harbor Seal, I've updated the Harbor Seal to now use the Gray Seal. So for those who are interested in that, that's going to come out. And then I have a whole bunch of goodies. And like I said, I'll show off all the aquatic pack stuff that I have. But we're focusing on the White Rhino mod today. So if we go to update, so this is the brand new clean White Rhino, or Indian Rhino. Oh, I kind of forgot. Well, I kind of forgot this was a thing. So, So I kind of forgot that I was working on the Triceratops mod for Planet Zoo, and that is updated with 1.4. So this should be interesting. So technically, my White Rhino is actually a Triceratops right now. But whatever. I mean, we could still update it the exact same way. So updating really isn't as complicated as, it seems. All you have to do is kind of copy the model from one version, paste it into the other. And then literally, as long as nothing changed, I should literally just be able to get away with doing this. So if we I should be able to just kind of, what is this one called? Yeah, I can delete this and then move this file over. And then let's hide the files here. That's the little rigging thing. Why does that look so cool? I've actually volunteered at a place called Sand Cobb, and it helps rescue and rehabilitate. Oh, that's really cool. I love African penguins. I really wish that we got them in the actual version. What's up, Andy? Welcome to the stream. We're updating the Indian Rhino, or the White Rhino now, to work in update 1.4. So this should be good. There aren't a lot of changes I have to make to the mod, so I can literally just kind of copy and paste most of this, to my knowledge, and then kind of run it through the file format, and I think we should be good beyond that. So the last thing I need to do is just the tail, and then I'm just going to quickly do a couple of things just to verify that, it works. And so what I often do before I, mess around with all of the individual LODs, or levels of detail, for those who don't know, will you update the Rhino to the Nexus site? I will be updating it to the Nexus site. I might be able to even just upload it directly after the stream so that you guys can download it immediately. Have you ever made a sun bear mod? I haven't, and I don't think it's really necessary because, like I said, come spring, we know that we are getting a sun bear. So for that reason, I don't know if it's really worth it for me to do. But, hopefully everything, it works out. I also apologize, my keyboard is very clacky, or it's a mechanical keyboard, so it's going to be very loud. But to my knowledge, we should be good by doing just this. So I just want to make sure that I'm using the correct file formatting. I'm a habitat specialist and I'm designing for the new Cincinnati. Oh, that's awesome! That's actually really cool. I love black rhino. Like, I always wanted... Black rhinos are my favorite rhino. And so, as much as I want them in Planet Zoo, there's no zoos that have them. At least around where I am. The only time I've ever seen a black rhino was at Animal Kingdom in Disney. It's really weird, because you'd think that they'd be, super common, but no. Everyone just has white rhinos. But yeah, that's actually really awesome. Especially Cincinnati. That's a massive zoo. I always say, Ohio has a weird... Ohio is the new San Diego. San Diego used to be oh, that's the gold mine for zoos. No. The new gold mine is Ohio. Between Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Akron, the Wilds, they have everything in Ohio for some reason. But yeah, I haven't seen a rhino in years. hey man, can you make a turkey mod? That would have made it, I've been debating that, like, as a joke mod. I have a lot of April Fool's mod ideas, but the issue is just waiting until April to come around. But I have a lot of April Fool mod ideas, but that would have made a good, like, Thanksgiving one that I could have done. So, let's just quickly update this. So, and if we go to, where is it? Where do I go? White Rhino, update. So, just to be safe, and this is a thing that I often, even though I give this advice to a lot of people, I don't take my own advice normally. So, if I go to my own Steam folder, and then I check out my White Rhino, or my Rhino files, make a backup if you're ever going to be interested in modding, because I always forget to, and it breaks my game all the time. So, where do we go? Rhinos, Indian Rhino, male. Copy these, and I'm just going to keep that open for now, because what we're going to do is, I make a folder often, if I'm paying attention, called Clean Rhino, and this is going to be, in the off chance I break my mod, you know, this is a backup. Which, ironically, my Clean Rhino right now is actually a Triceratops, but, you know, to each his own. We're gonna figure this out. So then if we inject our updated mod... Oh, wait, that's the Binturong. I don't want to inject a Binturong into a Rhino. That just sounds like a mess. Clean update. So now I have injected the White Rhino model. You need to watch a video about Cincinnati Zoo's 150 million. What the hell? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, okay, so for those who were listening about, voting on that poll that I had, one of the things that I knew I wanted to show off was the Roger Williams master planned polar bear habitat, because I have been wanting to build that for a bit. Oh, all right, see you, Philly Sports. Thanks for dropping by. And yeah, like, I'm very surprised that, like, when people just drop, like, oh yeah, we're basically, like, you know, dropping, like, $250,000 or $250 million on our zoo's master plan. And Roger Williams is just like, yeah, so the polar bear is going to cost $8 million. We can't afford it. Okay, well, the elephant exhibit's going to cost $5 million. Never mind, it's going to be a little bit more. Lion Rider, can you do a rework of the zebra? In the game, it's a little too chunky. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. The zebra is a little bit weird because, like, the animations of the zebra really aren't right. I mean, for all the ungulates in the game, they all kind of, like, squat when they poop for some reason, which also isn't right. The zoo has already raised 87. Like, I'm so jealous of that, because even though New England has a lot of zoos, we have eight zoos in all of New England, I believe, and a lot of them are roadside zoos, objectively. But zoos like Franklin Park and Roger Williams and stuff like that are rather large, you know, city or state-run zoos. And it's crazy to me that, like, yeah, like, we just scrounge together budgets trying to get any shred of, you know, money. And then, yeah, like, places like Ohio just gets, like, crazy amounts of money. Like I said, like, I want to go to somewhere like Cleveland or Cincinnati or Columbus just because they all just trade big animals. Like, oh yeah, you want some elephants? We'll give you some elephants. Like, Akron is, for those who remember Lemur, he was on some early episodes of Roger Williams as well as Atlas Park and stuff. So he lives in Akron, Ohio. And so his local zoo is Akron. And they went from being this no-name zoo at all to now they have lions, they're getting a whole savanna, they're getting a whole new tiger enclosure. Like, it's crazy. Like, and they just keep, like, you know, adding new and more stuff each year. And so that's just crazy to me. Sorry, I keep getting distracted with what I want to do. So I've updated the actual Rhino, what's it called, model right now. So if I want in game, it should be a white Rhino now. But I need to inject these new textures into the files. So give me a sec. So if we go to update, so these are the files I have to update. So if we drag these in, so this is obviously the current Triceratops mod texture. And so what I'm going to do is literally just inject the Rhino on top of them. And literally all you're doing is just replacing each file. So that is the Triceratops map, or the normal map, and we are going to replace it with the Rhino normal map. What zoo is that Dynamation? My local zoo has a lot of exotic animals like tree kangaroos, cassowaries, and giant anteaters. I've never seen a cassowary before in my life. A lot of zoos I know have tree kangaroos, I mean, pretty much every zoo I've seen has anteaters. Anteaters, otters, and sloths are and red pandas are like the big ones that like every zoo has. So what am I doing? I keep getting very, very confused here. Oh, actually, you know what? Because I don't think the files actually changed between versions. So I think I might be able to get away with just doing this, weirdly enough. I could probably literally just inject these files directly. So if I just inject these files from, God knows when. Like, this had to be a while ago, but give me a sec here. I'm trying to think of like what files I need to actually import. Let's just try that for now. So just for now, that's just a few of the texture files. It's probably gonna be a little bit messed up, but that should probably have updated the white rhino to at least be recognizable as a white rhino. Indian rhino, male, replace it, yes. Okay, now we have to load Planet Zoo. So this is the only pain with updating Planet Zoo mods in general, is you have to actually manually, every time you make a change, open and close Planet Zoo. So the hardest part about updating mods is usually just the back and forth between the programs and Planet Zoo. So to answer Andy's question, it depends on the mod. So some mods, if they're a quick texture swap. So the Binturong mod took me about 5 minutes to update. Simply because it was just a texture swap from the red panda. I didn't have to really worry about it. But for something like this, it's a little more in-depth, like you said, or like you saw, I had to modify the model and the textures and stuff, so it's going to take a little bit. Oh yeah, thanks for dropping by, Donimation. Have a nice day. Merry Christmas Eve if you don't celebrate Christmas, and happy holidays or what have you. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. It means a lot. So, let's see. What test file do I want to check out? I'll use my OG White Rhino testing site. So I have a lot of files in my Planet Zoo like map selection of different tests I've done. Did you know that white rhinos aren't white? White is from the word white. Yeah, so yeah, the actual translation is for wide rhino because it's for the wide mouth rhino. And yeah, there we go. Okay, so that was quick. So there you go. White rhino mod done already. So like I said, I could probably get, more updated later on. So this is actually, I think, one of the older texture files. I'm not sure if this is the final one that I ended up with, but it certainly looks like a white rhino now. So yeah. So that's basically the white rhino already done. Like I said, off camera, I'm probably gonna make it so that it, uses a few other things. This was a very old test file that I had, so I apparently didn't have welfare turned off or whatever. Basically, this was for when I was working on the White Rhino mod, the Takin mod, and what did I use? Oh yeah, this was at Thiernier for Atlas Park. So yeah, that was for my Atlas Park series, which is questionably canceled, questionably not. I'm not really sure. I'll show it off. Technically, we did record an episode 3, but I'm just not sure if I want to continue that series or not. Lemur is kind of lost interest in Planet Zoo. I've been meaning to maybe ask around if any other content creators out there that I've become friends with want to maybe help me out and work on that series with me, but, you know, I'll have to see. Kiwi, if you could add any animal added officially into the game, what would it be? This guy, White Rhino, easily. White Rhino in a heartbeat. Runner-up right now for me is California Sea Lion, just because I'm really upset that they didn't add it with the aquatic pack. I probably wouldn't have been as upset about it if it wasn't for just the fact of like how much they hyped up the aquatic pack, and then like to miss something as basic as sea lions. Can you do Southwick Zoo? It may be the series I do after Roger Williams wraps up. Shh, don't tell anyone. But Southwick Zoo may be the next series I do. But yeah. So I'll have to see about that. I've had a few people like talking about, you know, if I want to do another recreation, because I've done Mystic now and I've done Roger Williams, debating if I want to do Southwicks, but I'm definitely leaning towards it just because, you know, it is one of my favorite zoos as well, especially around here. If the White Rhino was added to the game, that'd be nice. Yeah, it's just, I can't believe they didn't have the White or Black Rhino. I don't really care if it's either, per se, because, like, Zoo Tycoon 2 had the Black Rhino in the base game, and Zoo Tycoon 1 had the, well, I guess they had both, but, you know, I don't really mind. So, a few people I know wanted me to show off my updated aquatic pack mods, and so, like I've said, I've shown them off in the Twitch live streams, but obviously I have a lot more views here on YouTube, so I'm gonna probably show you guys off all of them. So this is for my marine pack, which is gonna be a completely new modded pack for exclusively true aquarium animals that weren't really included in the base game. So this is gonna include the, well, I can show them off. So the first thing you see is I have updated, oh, okay, or Planet Zoo will crash on me. That's fun. Planet Zoo, I love you. Well, for those who saw, for a second you saw that I updated my Beluga Whales, so that's obviously one of the biggest changes to this. So they actually dive now. I don't have to have that janky little, you know, weird thing that I had before where the whales like spazzed out a little bit and I weighted the tail to be the back foot of a hippopotamus. But so now they actually do whatever. I wish we had ligers so we could recreate Tiger King's old zoo. Yeah, I was debating doing that. Like, I kind of wanted to make a quick one-off zoo that was based off of the GW zoo. That was just like the definition of a roadside zoo where everything's in just chain link cages that are really tiny. And like they'll just have like a random camel or like a zebra or something and like a fence. Add in like elephant rides or something. I thought that would be a cool idea, but you know, obviously I was backed up with a bunch of ideas. But like when Tiger King was relevant, I was like debating doing something like that. I actually made, I don't know if I could find it. I'll look at my images, but I actually made a Joe Exotic mod. I was gonna make a custom campaign mod, so it would have replaced the very first. This was a very ambitious mod idea, and so obviously I just couldn't complete it in time. But I was basically going to make a Tiger King inspired campaign that would have replaced the very first campaign in Planet Zoo. So instead of Bernie, you would have had Joe Exotic over here, and he would have been like, so instead of Bernard, like the main zoo guy, it would have been Joe Exotic giving you like little text about like, you know, what to do for the, you know, like what to do in the campaign, and it was going to be like just raising tigers and lions and stuff. So that actually was a thing, and yeah, I just never got it to work out, but that was a thing that I did work on. Alright, so let's actually look here. So this is an older version. We've updated this park a lot since then, but we are currently, you know, under construction, but this shows off all of the animals pretty decently. So the first thing is, obviously, we have belugas are updated. So this is the beluga. They now use the giant otter rig instead of the hippopotamus rig. And so this is, I don't think we should let him get his hands on Planet Zoo. Yeah, he just gets a laptop with a thing from prison. But yeah, so guess my next animal will be my favorite animal, the bongo. I do like bongos. Roger Williams used to have them, but they don't have them anymore. But yeah, so basically the thing is the Beluga Whale now uses the giant otter rig instead of the hippo. So it actually does everything that a beluga should. So it can, you know, do this. It can stand up a little bit. Like it can do this thing where it kind of like pokes its head out of the water. That's nice. It does flips in the water. It actually dives, which is huge. Okay. See, unfortunately, like the actual diving animals in the game, they're all buggy, but that's just because the diving in this game, and I'm sure you guys have seen them. The like, you know, penguin will start diving. If anyone saw, what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank? The guy that like makes all those like crazy Planet Zoo videos where like it'll just be what the hell's his name? He made like Planet Zoo on the Moon and Planet Zoo. I built an unethical zoo. I forget the guy's name, but like he just did a video or whatever, and he shows off like a bunch of bugs that are with the current. Let's Game It Out. Thank you very much. Yeah, Let's Game It Out just did a video on like showing off a lot of the bugs that are in the aquatic pack, and like one of them is like if you like the penguins will literally just start flying if you put them next to a tank, and then they just can't get near the glass. So I've had issues like that, and I'll show that off with the sharks when we eventually get to it. But this is the main reason I got the otter, was this movement. It is a lot. It's obviously a little bit buggy still, and I don't like how they bend in on themselves like that. But obviously when it does the little tail flip, it's a lot more organic than the, yeah, like that looks a lot better than when I used to have the janky little hippo twitching or whatever. This actually looks more like a beluga whale now. So I really like, you know, this new rig that I've attached to the beluga. And so I hope you guys, you know, like it too. The bending does look weird, I agree. Like I said, there's not much I can do about that. I've been debating like just trying to change stuff. But obviously, you know, the belugas look significantly better than they did with the hippo. So that's the beluga whale. So then let's check out the, I guess we could look at the walrus. So this is the walrus mod. So the walrus mod uses the gray seal, obviously. And yeah, it's a walrus. And it swims around and it has tusks and stuff. There was a lot of debate when I was working on the walrus mod how big I wanted to make the tusks originally. Because the actual, the walruses were, like, you know, kind of going crazy. Oh, actually, hold on. Because I had another fellow modder that was, like, talking about how the whiskers on one side of animals, like, get deleted. And I can't tell if that's actually happening here or not, because I can see the whiskers poking out, but they definitely are a lot more prominent on one side than the other. So you've seen it moving around in the water. It does move around decently. It is very chunky. You can see how big it is on land. It is a very, very chunky boy. So unfortunately, it still does this thing like a seal does. I don't really think it's that big of a deal on the walrus, but it's the main reason I didn't want to make it for the California sea lion like some people were asking about. Because I know some people were asking me, hey, make a California sea lion using the seal rig. It just doesn't move like a sea lion would. And so because of that, I am, you know, trying to make it so that, you know, it was an animal that was popular, in this case, the walrus, the Pacific walrus, but, you know, obviously moves decently enough. Cincinnati Zoo had 5 $3 million penguin areas. Jeez, like, it's just like flexing for how much money Cincinnati has. This is the only thing I don't like about the seals in the game. Literally, they like to do this like weird sunbathing animation always. Like, they don't do anything else on the land. So I'd just like it if they like just moved around a little bit more. See, look, immediately, sunbathing. I don't want to see you sunbathing. So this mod was maybe a leopard seal would work. A leopard seal would work in, I could maybe show off that I got I did update the harbor seal. But yeah, as you can see, this is a very chunky boy. And welcome to the stream, the gaming. I don't know if it's Poche or something, but welcome to the stream either way. Season's greetings. And then for those who were just thinking that I was just adding animals to this pack, no. I have added custom props as well. So this is the Walrus Statue. As you can see, he is also very, very chunky. And similarly, we have a custom walrus sign that is attached. So all of the animals in the game have a statue and a sign. And that is part of the reason I am not going to, be able to make it for Christmas. But I am working on them. And yes, they are all very chunky. The actual statue, the actual animal, and the sign. Everything is chunky. Will you ever make a sun bear mod? I had someone ask. I don't know if it was you, but I had someone ask me that earlier. The reason I probably won't be making a sun bear mod is just because we're getting a sun bear officially probably in the spring DLC. So I think it would just kind of be redundant if I worked on it. Yes, cleavage. No, it's blubber. It's not cleavage. But yeah, what else can I show off? So you guys want to go see some sharks? You can look at the Marine Institute. I made a little shark sign. So if you come in here, obviously this is still work in progress. We have a little bit more detailing on one of the other later maps. What happens if you put Meggy B on the walrus? Okay, I'll show off Meggy B on all the animals because I feel like that's a thing that a lot of people always ask me about. So this is a Meggy B walrus. There you go. There you go. So that's a Meggy B walrus, if you've ever wanted to see one. This is a Meggy B walrus. It's quite big. But, I think it's kind of funny, actually. It's so big. Okay, I haven't. So weirdly, I've seen Meggy B penguins before. I've never seen the walrus, shark, or beluga. So let me see a Meggy B beluga. I've never seen that before. Oh boy. So the beluga gets chunky. It looks like a stuffed animal or something. Like that just looks so wrong. Can I see the turtle? Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna show off all the animals on the stream today. So don't you worry. I'm gonna show them all off. But yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you for the Christmas wishes. I still have to wait, it won't be a Christmas officially for like another 10.5 hours. But there's Meggy B beluga. I can't get over how it just literally looks like a beluga stuffed animal you would get at a aquarium or something. So yeah, let's go look at the sharks, because I wanted to show these off. Well, first I can take a look at so these are the Komodo stingrays. So the Stingray mod is actually using the East Asian wheel prop. So, anyone who has seen the actual wheel, knows that the actual, wheel object spins in a circle. So literally all I did was I made the circle or wheel invisible, and then I attached a custom Stingray model that I made. I actually made it for Sculptober. For those who don't know what Sculptober is, it's basically a I don't want to say competition per se, but it's a kind of challenge where you're supposed to make one sculpture every day in the month of October. So for October, I can try to pull it up here if possible. We'll go to my profile picture. So, for those who didn't know, I'm actually classically trained as a 3D artist. So, I actually work as a 3D artist professionally. Oh, my computer's very low on memory. It doesn't want me doing anything. I'll try to show them off if possible. But yeah, basically I made this Stingray model. So this is a Komodo Stingray. It's happy. Look, it's got a little smiley face. But yeah, so that's my little Stingray model. And I can show off other models I've done, in the past. This is the white Rhino that I worked on. But yeah, so let's look at the actual sharks now, as well as the shark sign. I also wanted to show off the stingray sign. So consider this kind of like an unofficial first look at the full aquatic pack that I'm working on. So there you go. There's the stingray sign. You can place it on walls and stuff. Looks very nice. And then we'll look at the shark sign. So the shark sign, oh wait, that's the caiman. There you go, there's the sand tiger shark sign. Very spooky. It's snowing in Cincinnati right now. I've seen few models on here. Yeah, so my Instagram is IAmTheLionRider. I don't really use it as a Planet Zoo Instagram. It's more of like my general, you know, real life Instagram. Even though it has the same title, obviously. But I have all of my Sculptober models on there and a few other pieces of art. And then if you haven't seen what I look like, I'm on there as well. Or at least older versions of me. What will you add to the zoo when you finish the aquatic animals? Will this be one mod or multiple? So this is going to be multiple mods technically, but it's going to be all wrapped into one package on Nexus. So you're going to either have the option to download all of them at once or pick and choose, like, hey, I don't really want to, have the Stingray mod. I like the East Asian wheel. You can choose to opt out of that. There's a couple of little limitations. So if you get the shark mod, and you will need to get the beluga mod, and that just comes down to that's going to need to edit the main OVL file, which is how you change sizes of animals. So if you didn't download that, you'd have little baby sharks and little baby belugas. But will you do an announcement trailer? Yes, I will. So I want to have a big announcement trailer, kind of like how Frontier actually does the official Planet Zoo announcement trailers with a custom theme song and showing off all the animals. Which, by the way, let's finally look at our shark tunnel. So this is the shark tunnel I worked on. I want to shout out, I think 8-Bit Josh had a tutorial on this, and then Paulsley also had a tutorial, and a few others. I think even Best in Slot made one recently on how to make underwater viewing tunnels and stuff. And so it was great because I was able to use it for sharks. So these are the sand tiger sharks. We can take a look at them. So they used the caiman rig, and the reason they used the caiman instead of the saltwater crocodile is because Estan Wolf, a good friend of mine, wanted me to use the caiman because he likes his crocodiles. So it looks pretty decent. I think it looks really good. Nice mustache. Thank you very much. I am currently in the process of adding... I don't know if you guys can use custom emojis on live chat yet. I did set them up, but I don't know if they have to get approved or not. And I'm also working on memberships. And so I will be showing off like a bunch of membership perks and stuff very soon. But yeah, so this is the Sand Tiger Shark mod. And then I made this habitat, which, by the way, if you download this mod, always build your aquariums during nighttime, because nighttime with like lights and stuff make aquariums look so much cooler. Like, this is way cooler looking than like during the daytime. And, like, you get, like, that really cool, like, mood lighting and stuff to make it look like a... Oh, they do work? Yeah, but see, like, that's the thing, is I'm not sure if you guys can use my actual official... I had, like, custom emotes that were supposed to be, like, hambos, which I'll explain hambos or whatever for anyone who doesn't know. It's like the little gorilla profile picture I have on my Discord and stuff, and basically that's from my first game that I ever made. He's like the mascot for it. So yeah, I'm not sure if you guys can use my actual custom emojis yet. So you might be able to use like standard ones, but I'm not sure. It's Prehistoric Kingdom piece by piece building. Yes, it is. So it works pretty much the exact same as Planet Zoo, only it is going to be with dinosaurs and other prehistoric life. Yeah, I don't see the hambos either. Yeah, for me it just shows up as just like YouTube emotes and stuff. But like I said, I think they're gonna just have to get approved, but I'll have those very soon. Because basically I'm just making this point because one of the emojis that I added was my face as an emoji, like my real life face. So I just wanted to, like, you know, let people know about that, because I'm not sure if it was going to be out yet. But yeah, so this is the sharks. The sharks look... They're probably one of my favorite mods, because I think they turned out really good. I think the Cayman animations of, like, the tail movement and stuff makes them look really good. The only thing I'm not crazy about is they're a little wobbly, because they like to rock back and forth to the sides. Can you do a tutorial on how to install mods? Yes, I agree. I'm going to make a video on how to install mods, because I can't believe I haven't done that. I have a whole tutorial series on how to make mods, but I've still never done one on how to actually install them. So I will be doing that. Why can't you make custom animations? That comes down to how Cobra Tools works. So Cobra Tools was developed by Jesse and Hendrix, and unfortunately they weren't able to decode Frontier's proprietary Cobra engine file formats for animations. We only know how to export models and textures and audio. We've learned audio now, so if anyone wanted to make audio mods. But unfortunately, we can't do custom animations just yet. Right now, the big thing, and the thing that is kind of crazy and what I was freaking out is, you see these right here, these blank animals? This is a custom mod I made with completely new animals. So these mods right here are completely new animals. So right now they are, I have it to be the quote-unquote King Kong mod, but so if you spawn these in, they spawn in a gorilla, but then gorillas are separate objects, so these are a totally new mod. So this is the big thing that we're trying to work on, and that is to, instead of replacing the caiman to get sharks, it would be a totally new animal with totally new icons and a bunch of cool stuff, so that we could truly get unique animals. So that is the current thing that a few people are working on. Jesse said he's going to be working on it over his winter break, and so, you know, fingers crossed we can get that hopefully by early 2021. Yeah, it is a game changer, because it was a huge thing when I announced it that I figured out how to get custom animals. But yeah, so that's going to be a big thing. Who wanted to see the... Oh, let's look at the shark with Meggy B really quick. I didn't do that. So, Meggy B shark. What do you look like? Meggy B. Meggy B. Oh, it looks like a fat shark. I love the face. It kind of looks cute. It looks like a little anime girl or something. It has like the chibi eyes for some reason. Are you saying we could have a way to add actual modding into Planet Zoo? Yes. And wouldn't it be bannable? No, not to our knowledge. So Frontier has DM'd us and said that they have no issue with us modding. But that is going to be the real test, whether or not, you know, they get upset with us or not. Because once we have completely new animals and not replacements, it kind of is a new ball game, because that could be stepping into DLC territory, where the person who wanted like the Sun Bear mod. We know the Sun Bear is coming out as DLC, but if I could offer a completely new animal that is a Sun Bear and it looks decent enough, that could be stepping into their DLC profiting, and they might want to shut that down. But I'm not totally sure yet. Finally, there's hope, and also if there was a case, then Wildcard would have been banned. Ark Survival mod. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's just kind of the thing, is like, I'm not totally sure yet. We'll have to see. But that's on the horizon, and we'll have to see. But, you know, I think we're, it's looking cool. I love the shark's eyes. But now let's go and look at the Sea Turtle mod. So the Sea Turtle mod, I will say, was created in an afternoon. So it's definitely the lowest quality mod that's going to be in this pack. Just because, while it looks like a green sea turtle, I didn't even add like a normal map or anything to it yet. So the shell looks kind of flat. It kind of looks more like a Zoo Tycoon 2 mod. And unfortunately, it doesn't dive because I used the Gharial mod. Because basically, the thing is, crocodile and caiman rigs are so valuable that I kind of wanted to make it so that in the off chance we ever wanted more fish, say someone really wanted like a swordfish mod or a whale shark or something, I'd want to use the crocodiles or caimans again. So yeah, so this is the sea. So unfortunately it's not able to dive. It uses the Gharial, so it, you know, stands still a bunch of the time. But, you know, there it is. I don't know if it'll swim around it. Yeah, so this one's swimming around. Again, the animation is kind of meh. It just kind of looks like it'll wiggle its arms a little bit, but overall it's not anything, you know, spectacular. And then on land, it's sort of the same thing. If we place it on one of these islands or something, give me a sec. It's fine. After all, there aren't any aquatic. Yeah, exactly. See, that's just the thing. Is it was like, because I had some people be like, "Oh, use the tortoise," and I'm like, "Yeah, but like, sea turtles don't move like tortoises, and furthermore, they don't swim, so it wasn't gonna be the same." On land, it looks a little bit okay. It like drags its arms a little bit, you know. It looks more like a sea turtle on land than it does in the water. But yeah, like I said, the sea turtle mod just isn't anything spectacular. It literally just is there. Let me see. I'll pull up the sea turtle sign. Diamondback terrapin. So this is the sea turtle sign. As you can see, it's beautiful. Looks like a sea turtle. And that is going to be, like I said, available with the rest of the pack. So, but yeah, sea turtle's just taking a nap right now. Oh wait, let's see if it moves. Because I made it so that it moved like a sea turtle on land, where it kind of like drags its arms. Yeah, so there you go. So as you can see, it kind of looks more like a sea turtle should when it's doing that. Yeah. But we'll have to see. So the next animal in the pack is the African penguin. So this habitat, I have to shout out Drew. So this was Beyond Drew's African penguin habitat. He let me use it for the showcasing of this this pack. So he built this way back before the aquatic pack was even made, and like he has kind of converted it so it works with the aquatic pack. But it uses the female king penguin, and so if we spawn that in, oh, let me connect up the path. Like I said, this was like a very earlier build of the aquatic park. Excuse me. Early build of the aquatic park, and so, oh, I did forget to Maggie beat the turtle. Thank you for reminding me, actually. Alright, turtle. I was thinking of like making a video like on this where like I just like Maggie B all of my modded animals, or like show off what they look like when they're what's it called? Like basically like see what they look like when they're fighting, or like what they look like Maggie beat and stuff. Because I don't know if people would be interested in that, but that was like a quick thing that I was thinking of, like where in between mods I could just do stuff like that. So there you go. There's Maggie B Turtle. The Wapiti mod is not updated. So to my knowledge, there aren't any mods updated other than Eben updated his what's it called? Boxless shops. I think that other than his mod, no other mods have been updated. So, you know, take that into consideration. But yeah, so there's our Maggie B sea turtle. You know, it's chilling. Oh, it's moving. It's on the move. Oh, never mind. It gave up. That's the only thing with like I thought the Gharial would be a good pick for it too, because it shows off that like they barely move and stuff, and they just want to like stay still the majority of the time. But back to what we were doing. So we're trying to get the African penguin. Turn off flat terrain. Okay. Animal trading. So if we do that, and I don't even know where I put a trade center, to be honest. Like, it must be somewhere, but I have no idea where. It must be over here, like, which I don't even know. I mean, I could probably put one closer if possible. Hi, Nicholas. You should make a mod that replaces the terrapin, and I want to see a game new. Yeah. So I've been thinking about that, because what I originally wanted to do, if possible, was I was going to add fish to this mod pack. And unfortunately, I just couldn't get it to work, because for some reason, modifying the what's it called? The water in game just like didn't like it. So this is the African penguin mod, and as you can see, this is the biggest issue with the African penguin mod. So since it works similar to the king penguin, its neck deforms like a king penguin, but other than that, you know, it works pretty much totally fine. So, you know, other than the neck will... Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you, James. You know, that's actually my very first donation. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Merry Christmas. So yeah, so this is the... I'm blown away. I've never gotten a donation before. On Twitch or YouTube, for that matter, so thank you. But, thank you. So, the African Penguin mod, like I said, it works decently well. I still want to iron out some kinks with it. The arms of it are a little bit funky. I had to re-weight them, so as you can see, it looks like his flipper is broken. So I have to work on that a little bit. And so that's what I was saying. A lot of these are still work in progress. And there you go. As you can see, work in progress, definitely. My favorite thing, if I can put him on the jetty. So for those who don't know, like, the jetty is the actual animal that, or the bedding for habitat animals, or for aquatic animals. So I don't know if he's gonna fall asleep, but if he does, his neck breaks, and it's hilarious just because the king penguin, when it normally does its sleeping animation, literally its like head turns behind its shoulder and like bends, and so like it's an absolute mess. So I just want to see if he falls asleep or not. He's doing that a lot. He also isn't moving around, which I'm kind of surprised about. Like, what's your navigatable? Oh, well, I guess that's it. Oh, what the hell? Did anyone see that movement? I saw some kind of weird fidgeting for some reason. But we're gonna figure this out in a second. So if I just move this, because this was kind of one of the only issues we had with this was the actual water level. Looks like the animal shaped smoothie cup has been sucked in. Yeah, like literally, it's just like kind of a mess. So I'm gonna, again, this isn't the official map for, oh, I'm opening everything. This isn't the official map for the aquatic park, so I'm fine kind of like messing around in it for a little bit. But we're gonna just try, because I want to show it off swimming if possible, and I might move to one of my other maps if it's not able to do whatever. So let's just drag it over, drop it off again, so it should be able to start swimming. It really wants me to... Oh, and you guys are being way too kind with the donations, so honestly, thank you. It's very kind. I appreciate it a lot. What do you use to record? I use OBS, so that's, you know, kind of what's going on right now. Is this... I know this is a thing that, like, other people have issues with, too. You ever just, like, hate it when, like, your animals, like, do absolutely nothing but stand still? Where they literally just stand there and don't do anything at all? Because, like, as an example, I just really want... Let me just spawn in, like, a bunch of penguins, if possible. Just to see, like, some different animations going on. Give me a sec. So they all have to be female, like I said. Because I was going to make a second penguin type. I didn't know what people would want. I think Rockhopper is probably #1 on my list. Though Emperor is definitely up there, too, because I think a lot of people wanted the Emperor penguin instead of the King penguin. Honestly, Andy, I really appreciate it. You've been like you've been a long-time fan of mine, and so I really do appreciate it. You've been here pretty much since the beginning. Man, you're the best at the game. Big respects for your work. Oh, like, honestly, thank you. You guys are being really nice. This is like my nicest stream, and like honestly, I have 50 concurrent viewers right now. That's crazy to me. Like 50. That means that, like, literally, like, it's almost like every single one of my original Twitch followers is basically in this chat right now, which is crazy to me. I think technically I have, like, 42 viewers, but, like, concurrent viewers I've had 50, which is insane. Can you do a mod of a bird that is on the giraffe's head? I was thinking of that. I thought of a few different ways to make bird mods, especially ones that fly. Okay, there you go. So now you can actually see the penguin waddling. It probably looks better at, like, midway. But yeah, so there's the penguin waddling. It looks a lot better. It's almost 9 p.m. here. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Kiwi. I appreciate it. You know, Merry Christmas next, best modder. Thank you, Minty. I appreciate it as well. Okay, so here's the penguin actually swimming. So he might, I don't know if he's gonna get up on the jetty or not. Let me raise the jetty a little bit. Because if possible, I want to see, like, I want to show off one of these things falling asleep. Oh, there's one taking a shit. So there you go. Because it looks very similar to this, but, like, even crazier. And for some reason, they like to just, like, sink their heads into the ground. Or, their feet into the ground. Merry Christmas, I wish I could donate, but I don't know how. I'm not sure how to donate on YouTube either, but, you know, honestly, you know, it's the thought that counts, like, honestly. I appreciate anything. So, thank you very much. But, yeah, waddle, 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 waddle. Look at this guy. I have another map where I'll show off them diving, because right now it doesn't look like they want to. Because I don't think they can dive, question mark? I think, yeah, Drew didn't make it deep enough when he originally built this. Though if I delete this floor, maybe it'll be deep enough now. I'm not sure. I guess we can check out what Meggy Bee penguin looks like. So, there you go. That's an African penguin that's Meggy Bee-ified. So you can check that out. Look at it's so beautiful, right? It's so gorgeous looking. It is quite something. I like how it just deforms, like, their whole, like, mouth into, like, just this giant sphere. Hello, Zoo Master. Welcome to the... or Planet Zoo Master, I should say. Welcome to the stream. We are just checking out some of the, my marine pack animals. Oh, let me show off some of the props, associated with the penguins that I added. So, for the African penguin prop, so I'm sure a lot of you have seen the, King Penguin's sign, right? If we check that out. So this is the King Penguin sign, and it's a little bit more realistic looking than the other signs in the game that are a little bit more cartoony. So what I tried to do is with the African Penguin sign, I tried to match the art style the best I could to make it a lot more impressive looking, and like kind of like regal almost, where like it doesn't look as cartoony as other animals, and so I think it looks pretty good. And then similarly, Planet Zoo crashed on me. Nice. Let me reload it. Planet Zoo. The reason it's crashing, it also has nothing to do with mods. It's literally just the fact that I have Blender, OBS, Photoshop, Discord, YouTube, and the game running all at once. So it's just my memory on my computer, like, freaking out. But it's not a huge deal. But yes, hello, welcome to the zoo. Can we still have a king penguin, or does it have to be an African penguin? Okay, so the African penguin just replaces the king penguin female. So if you still want king penguins, you would just use king penguin males, and you're totally good. You would be able to use king penguins, no issue. But, so you would hypothetically have two different types of penguins. How long did the art things take on average? So they took a little bit. So I did them in my Discord live for a few people. You basically saw the marine park, so let's just go to my water testing site. This is where I do all of my testing on my animals. What about the Otter and Beluga? I showed off the Beluga a little bit earlier, but I can show it off again when I go into this new map. I won't miss the kings personally. Yeah, so that's the thing is the reason I never do male female replacements for any of my animals is I always make sure to have it so that my animals are interchangeable. So as an example, right, the walrus. You might want a walrus, but you might not want to lose the gray seal. So I still allowed it so that you could have the gray seal as an option. Though in this case, I actually made it so that the female gray seal is a harbor seal now. So I sort of made there's a couple of mods in this pack that are sort of pseudo options. So if you still wanted the giant otter, you can keep it. However, I have made the male otter a North American river otter, which you may have seen in the Roger Williams episode. And what was the other one that I was thinking? Oh, the harbor seal. So, and then if you look at the female gray seal, if we spawn that in, that'll be a harbor seal now, but that'll be an option. Oh, thank you, James. Thank you. God, you guys are being really generous. Oh, wait, there goes my otter. Hold on. So this is the North American river otter. Like I said, I made it a lot cuter looking than the giant otter, because the giant otter terrified me, so I tried to make it as cute as possible, and I think it works decently well. Look at that face. That's a cute face, right? Can you start work on Roger Williams? Yeah, so I might do that in a little bit, just because, like, I wanted to, you know, not focus on mods the entire stream if possible. But I'll probably work on it a little bit. And what does the beluga look like on land? I mean, I can put it on land for you. But as you can see, for the person who wanted to see what the... So you have both options. You can have the king penguin and the African penguin. You don't have to swap them out. And then welcome to my underwater mess. So this is what the beluga looks like if you wanted to see what that looks like. The only thing that we're trying to figure out right now is the beluga needs to move a lot slower. Because belugas are, you know, interesting. Let me throw it on land because someone wants to see what a beached whale looks like. So I've changed their behavior. So there you go. This is what a beluga on land looks like. So I've changed their behavior. So specifically for the sharks and the whales, they have a need where they want to go in the water. So if you spawn in... Oh, here's the harbor seal, by the way, for anyone who wanted to see. So this is the updated harbor seal mod. So, look, it's cute. It doesn't look like my mess of a harbor seal that used the bear rig. But let's say I spawned in a brand new shark, right? Let's grab a new shark. They're going to literally spawn in on land and then immediately go for the water. So I've changed their behavior where they basically never want to be on land. They want to exclusively be in the water, other than when they're getting dropped off. So that was just the thing. Irish otter win. Is that a thing? I've never even heard of an Irish otter. Yeah, so if we look, you know, shark spawns on land, he's immediately heading for the ocean. He's like, nope, never mind. Oh, wait, or not. What do you want to do? Oh, he's freaking out. He's like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Because if you notice, he wants to sit down because he's using the Cayman, where he wants to rest, but I made it so that he can't rest at all. So he'll sit down, but then get up immediately because he can't rest. Oh, this is what I wanted to show off earlier. So this is what happens when the king penguin is asleep, right? It'll like bend its head back, and because the African penguin doesn't have the neck muscles, it bends its entire head in on itself to be a pancake, and it looks really deformed. Will you update the animal icons? I'll have to see about that. I normally never do, just because, you know, whatever. But I might make a special case for this, depending on when I would actually have it out. Irish otter would basically be the same as the North American river otter, but the snout would be longer. Yeah, I've kind of figured. Like, I feel like the three big distinct otters from each other are the sea otter, the North American otter, and the giant otter. Because, like, even Asian small-clawed otters look very similar. But this is what I was talking about. So it immediately wants to go in the water after doing its weird little circuit. There's a white rhino that we updated on the stream. So like I said, I'm going to upload this new white rhino on Nexus after the stream is over with. Do you have a sloth bear mod? I do not. You should make a leopard shark or a large catfish. Yeah, I was because I was trying to think of like what the next logical shark would be to make. Because like part of me is like, you know, ooh, make a great white, but I know great whites aren't really found in captivity. So I was debating either blacktip reef shark or whale shark, because I feel like those are probably the next two logical ones, specifically for aquariums. You're so much better than me. I only have 14 subs. No, I mean, honestly, like, I was at your level, like, at one point. Like, this time back in February, I had no subscribers, like, at all. I was sitting on this channel for, like, 6 years. Because the name IAmTheLionRider is because my buddy IAmTheChez wanted us to all have matching channels, so I was just sitting on this channel for a while. And then Planet Zoo came out, and I wanted to start making content for it. And I just kept uploading, and then kind of found my own niche within the community where, you know, I'm the modding guy. And, yeah, the rest is history. Like, you know, I've been just, you know, I know I haven't been making videos, or like little notes that like, you know, because for instance, I just got to 1,300 subscribers recently, like in the last 2 days, and even though I didn't make an announcement on it, I'm really grateful about it. Like, it's not like I'm not grateful for every, like, you know, 100 subscribers I get now. I'm trying to think of like what I want the next milestone to be. I don't know if I want 1,500 or if I want it to be 2,000. Because I saw Zekin did a 1,500 special, so I might do something like that, but I'll have to see. But I think 2,000 is the next big logical step that I'll be looking at. And I'm not sure if I'll reach it by, you know, definitely not by the end of the year. But 1,500, who knows? Like, you know, we still have like a week left, and for all we know, I could. Could you make a maned wolf mod? I was debating it, because a maned wolf is like kind of up there. And these are examples of modded animals that I'm gonna have in my membership things that I'm working on right now. So I added a few new membership perks for my channel that I wanted to kind of explain to the community, and it's currently going through a review process by YouTube to see if they'll accept my monetization proposals. But essentially, the first tier would be a $2 tier, and that would give you early access to my videos, and what else did I say? It was early access to my videos, and you guys would be able to vote on mods that I make. So, for instance, you guys who are saying, hey, I want a sun bear, I want a sloth bear, I want a maned wolf, you guys, if you paid that, would be able to contribute to a poll I do monthly, and that would be used for series like Wildcard and stuff like that, where I would choose from those lists the most popular animals and then make my mods accordingly. The second tier is for $5, I believe, $5 a month, and that one gives you access to, I mean, you get like perks like new emojis and stuff, but I'll have to, give me a sec. I'm just gonna quickly look at, because I honestly forget the tiers other than the main last one. They're all just sort of related to modding and stuff like that, and videos and stuff. So give me a sec. If I go to my membership perks, I'll read them all verbatim right now. So, okay. So my $2 tier is called LionRider, and you would have early access to my videos, you get to vote on my mods, and you get shout outs on my live stream like this. Like, so as an example, like, you know, I'll shout out like the people like Andy and James that have been donating this stream. You guys would be shouted out in all of my live streams and stuff. So that's the $2 tier. The LionRider Pride member is a $5 tier, and you get early access to all my mods. So as an example, before any of these go on Nexus, I would be giving you access to the Walrus mod, and the White Rhino mod, and the Penguin, and the Beluga. You would have early access to all those before the public. So that's part of the thing. And the other part of that tier is you get access to some scrapped content that I made for my channel that just I never released for whatever reason, be it I wasn't proud of the build or what have you. So that content is going to be in my $5 tier, and that would be a LionRider member. The last one is a $20 tier, and this one you get everything that you normally would, but the $20 tier is specifically, I will make a mod of your choosing. Regardless of, you know, what I personally would want out of the mod or whatever, I will make it. So if you really wanted a maned wolf mod or something, I will make that for you. So that is for the final tier, and that would be $20 a month. And the only reason I came up with that price tag was just because I knew that it needed to be worth, you know, my time to, like, you know, I'm making custom content for people. So, you know, that would just be an example of that. Yeah, Andean Condor. So for instance, if you really wanted the Andean Condor, you pay me $20, I'll make that Andean Condor for you. No questions. And that's basically just kind of where I'm at. Where, obviously, if you only want to, you know, throw an idea out there, like maybe like the maned wolf, like you're pretty confident that other people would want that, people would do that. Gonna pay you $20 to get an Irish barn owl. Yeah, exactly. So it's just a way to, like, you know, help me get some money and stuff on the side while also giving back to the community and giving you access to some mods. So let's just follow around one of these penguins quick. So this is what it looks like when it's swimming, or deep diving, I should say. And like I said, you can see the absolute chaos that is the aquatic pack that I've made. Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you very much, Phonetic. I'm really grateful for everything. So yeah, so thank you for that. God, you guys are being really generous. Like, honestly, I appreciate it a lot. So yeah, so basically that is the marine pack. So now let's kind of like bounce between something else. So let's think. So what do you guys want me to work on? Do you want me to work on Mystic Aquarium or Roger Williams? Because I'm not sure if I can do the whole thing. But yeah, I'll let you guys pick. So do you want me to build in Mystic or Roger Williams? And then we'll go from there. I need to connect my bank account to the channel so I can buy donations and stuff. Like I said, so the membership stuff, like I said, is still being worked on. Okay, so we have 2 for Mystic, 2 for Roger Williams, 3 for Mystic now. Okay. I'd want a new park. Okay, now everyone's just saying Roger Williams. Okay, Roger Williams is probably winning. So, so yeah, we'll look at Roger Williams. And like I said, you guys are kind of getting a sneak peek at the next episode of Roger Williams indirectly for those who just didn't see the Binturong episode. So for those who didn't see the Binturong, you're going to be able to look at that as well as some... Okay, or not. Or you're just going to see my game crash on me. Excellent. I apologize. Let's go to Roger Williams. Yeah, honestly, do you want me to like almost do like a zoo tour of Roger Williams thus far? Because I know some people like have been wanting me to do that as well, like go through the entire park since they haven't seen it, other than like, you know, my little glimpses of like the animals and stuff, but they haven't seen what the whole park looks like as a whole. You made a Binturong? I did make a Binturong, and I'll show it off in this video or in this live stream. So you can see that here. Are you going to make... I will be doing the Rainforest House. I'll technically be doing both Rainforest. Also, I'll do Faces of the Rainforest, which is the big one. And then the Tropical America House, I am going to build for the Anteater episode. Because it's technically the inner holding area of Roger Williams. So, we'll load up the park. And you can see everything. I've never been to Roger Williams, so I'm searching up the animals so I can be prepared for mods. So mods, I mean, at this point, Babarusa mod is coming out rather shortly, so that's going to be coming up. For Faces of the Rainforest, Howler Monkey is likely. Tamandua is likely. I don't have to make the giant otter anymore now that we've gotten it, so that's good. Chilean Flamingo will be up there. That'll be a quick mod, which will probably just take the greater flamingo, change the beak, and make it pink. Because I know people have been wanting a pink flamingo mod for the longest time now. Because all the flamingos in the game are, you know, white. So, okay. Like I said, this is an issue of my thing being everything, like, eating up memory on me. So let me just close everything. Because right now, I think it's just not Kawadi mod. So, Roger Williams doesn't have Kawadis, but I know, what's it called? Southwick's does. So, if I ever do make that Southwick series, you could probably expect Kawadis then. By the way, has anyone actually, like... Because I play this music during my Twitch streams. I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but, like... Planet Zoo made music for every single theme, and I feel like people always forget about it. So, like, as an example, like, this is the classic music theme, where it's, like, literally, like, a rendition of the main Planet Zoo theme, but, like, done in, like, this beautiful orchestral music. And it's really, like, off-putting and weird. Like, I don't even know. But yeah, so, like I said, if I can, I'm trying to load Roger Williams right now. Just because I know people want to see what it looks like. It's the only thing is, like, Planet Zoo is just so buggy sometimes, and, like, it'll crash really easily and stuff. They're having a Zoo Lights event right now at Southwick. Yeah, so, yeah, pretty much everywhere in New England is. Because Roger Williams, this is the first time they're doing a holiday, like, Zoo Lights thing as well. And I know Franklin Park does their Zoo Lights, and, like, pretty much everywhere does, like, so, yeah, like, now everywhere you have your pick of the, you know, season of which one you want to go to for, whatever. Soundtrack would have been worth it if they were gonna build them out. I agree. Like, I don't know why they made a cover of that song and then didn't include it in the soundtrack. Because that was weird. Yeah, same with Stone. Yeah, so at minimum, Roger Williams, Stone, Southwicks, and Franklin Park all have zoo lights. So you definitely have options. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like, if you went up to Maine, if York also had something. Or Buttonwood, for that matter. I haven't checked on Buttonwood or Beardsley, but I'm sure they also have something related to that. Cincinnati Zoo got voted best zoo light show 3rd year in a row. Yeah, it's, like, kind of a weird thing. Like, I don't know why everyone even does it, too. Because what I kind of liked about Roger Williams with Halloween is they did the Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular, and they were the only ones to do that. And so that was kind of unique. Now, but, like, zoo lights is a thing that every zoo does. Because, yeah, like, at minimum, like, I know that, again, Cincinnati, I know Akron does, you know, a zoo lights thing as well. So I know other zoos in Ohio alone do that. Buttonwood does as well. Yeah, so, like, it's kind of a common thing then. Apparently they added raccoons, so when will they have raccoons? What, are you at Roger Williams? I mean... Technically, they had raccoons, and they eat the eagles all the time, so I was thinking of, like, maybe making that as a joke or something. Okay, so welcome to Roger Williams Park. So, yeah, as you can see, we are definitely getting there. We only have a few episodes left, so from what we have left to do, this is going to be the Barbarossa episode, right? So this will probably be the next episode that comes out after the Binturong is uploaded. Then we have to do the barnyard, the Alexanani barnyard. So that's just going to probably be one episode, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do domestic animal mods. Like, I don't know if I want to do, you know, dwarf pygmy goat mods and sheep and pot-bellied pigs and stuff. I was thinking specifically for this episode, I might just do something simple like the alpaca mod or something, and then the rest I would work on using ZZ props. ZZ, great content creator. I'm sure you guys have all seen them, but basically, he works on custom prop animals. But yeah, so if anyone didn't see, we've completed the signpost for the conservation corner in the last stream I did on Twitch. So, like I said, for the most part, it was so successful doing a live stream last time, or the last few episodes, because I was able to do the Binturong and the giant otter on live stream. So here's the giant otter, obviously habitat. And then over here is the Binturong Habitat, for those who haven't seen. Which, honestly, if anyone didn't see, I was so, ecstatic about the background props for using the India theme, because I was able to, perfectly recreate the backdrop for the Binturong Habitat. So here's the Binturongs. I made 4 of them for the triplets that were born, as well as the mother. So you can consider these the triplets. But this is the Binturong mod, if anyone was wondering. Again, I kind of took the Zoo Tycoon 3 approach and literally just made it a clone of the red panda. So it pretty much works exactly like a red panda, only it's now a Binturong. So for those who wanted a Binturong mod, finally, you will be getting one very shortly. But now, let's see. So, I guess we'll just do a tour of Roger Williams from the beginning. All the way at the beginning of the zoo. Since we can now kind of do that. We now sort of have a full thing. Alright. So let's say, you know, I was thinking of even, including Roger Williams Park as a thing. So, as you can see, I did some terraforming of, the road and stuff. So, as you go, okay, so you pull into Roger Williams Park here, right? You get out of your car, you have a Jeep. You get out of your car, okay, you know, let me drop down a person so that we can do a quick Tegid cam. We'll add an educator. We haven't had educators at the zoo. I actually don't know where yeah, there we go. The parking lot is fake. I don't know if you knew that. So, it doesn't actually function as a true pathway that they can walk around. But let's say, you know, you come down, you're in the parking lot, you know, here you go. So, you first enter Roger Williams Park, and this is where I was saying, if I wanted to do touch-ups on the live stream and stuff, I was thinking about doing it. Just because, obviously, areas like this are very dated relative to my building skill now, relative to, the custom signs and stuff I have. So I was definitely thinking of, redoing this. So, this sign is an example. This was, one of the early blueprints that Rudy made. at this point, I feel comfortable that I would be able to make my own custom mod or signs and stuff. But you know, you enter in, you know, oh well, hey, thank you. I'll take 1 ticket, please. Oh, I have a membership. Okay, so you enter in Roger Williams Park. So this is the first thing you see. This sign technically isn't here anymore. They removed it, so you know, I'll have to do it. Do you think you will ever do extinct animal mods? Technically, I already did. If the people at the beginning of the stream saw, I technically replaced the white rhino now with my Triceratops mod. So that was a thing that I was working on before. But so technically, yes, I do plan on doing extinct animals at some point. But the first thing that we come to is the zebra, Watusi, and wildebeest habitat. So obviously, you know, these mods have not been updated. So bear with me of all the animals that are inaccurate right now. But here you go. So here are the zebras, you know, plain zebras, that's correct. This is Skittles. They're resident, normally blue wildebeest, but here we have a black wildebeest. And then as a replacement for Sriracha and Wasabi, which are their Watusi, right now we have the Cape Buffalo, of course. But this is their habitat, you know. It's kind of, it was nicer looking back in the day. We used to have ostriches in this habitat way back in the day. But, and it was covered in grass, but over the years it's kind of like, you know, become whatever. This is a little map of the zoo that I recreated using pixel art. So it's a very minimalistic rendition of the map, but if you actually follow the path, it actually is a correct layout of the map. So it is accurate. Then we enter the fabric of Africa. You can look at the zebras again from this sign. You can take a check at the photo booth if you'd like, or go to Wild Bites, the very first of many, you know, food and concession stands in the zoo. But we can check out the cheetahs. So the cheetahs over here are, we have 4 cheetahs. They might be around the other side, and this is very accurate to the actual zoo. Sometimes you have to go to the other side of the habitat to see the cheetahs, because sometimes they're probably in that back corner behind some of these rocks. So it's sometimes better. And I had some people like asking me like if this was actually a real thing and the like cheetahs could actually see into the zebra habitat. That is 100% true. So the zebras sometimes freak out because the cheetahs like to hang out over here, and the zebras freak out like because they can see them. So that is a thing that is actually true. The Zufari Outpost, which I still love, this sign is very accurate to the actual one. And so definitely one of my favorites. I just really realized that so many of the mods won't be here, going to be the moon. Yeah, exactly. Like, literally, like, a lot of them are just not going to be there. And this was an episode that I kind of skipped out on early on, but I'm kind of regretting now, because it kind of makes this side of the park, like, look really barren. But this is normally the, where our albino alligator now is, and I haven't seen it yet, because the zoo hasn't been open for indoor buildings yet, but over time we eventually will have that. Maybe I can do some sort of conspiracy. So if we enter here, so this is where, you know, the other cheetah viewing areas. Where are the cheetahs? They must be over here. Oh, they're boxed up for some reason. I don't know why, but unbox. So for some reason all the cheetahs were boxed up, but I'll unbox them quick. So here's our cheetah habitat. You can look at them through the normal window. And then back in the day, this used to have wild dogs. So, you know, I was thinking of doing maybe like a throwback episode where I just throw in some wild dogs here to see what it would look like. But I'll have to see about that. So then normally you would come around this path, you would follow it, and then it does like a little zigzag. And then you come to the oudads, which are doll sheep right now. But this is the habitat at least. The doll sheep are in here. But, you know, this is what the habitat looks like. It's pretty good. It's still probably one of my favorite habitats in the zoo, but, you know, obviously, you know, it's just sheep. I still think it should have lions. This would be such a cool lion habitat, easily. Then we come to the African crown cranes, which are peacocks right now, but, you know, that is the African crown crane habitat. And then we get our first view of the elephants. So this is one of the elephant viewing areas, but the main one is up here on this strip. So this is the Jumbo Junction. And over here is the little fountain area where a lot of couples, me included, I'm guilty of this, take pictures because they're cute in front of the fountain. In Cincinnati Zoo, the lions can look over a waterfall and look at the 3-acre Yeah, this is just bragging now. This is just bragging about how great Cincinnati is. Because I feel bad, because, like, yeah, like, nothing even comes close to that over here. Like, the Bronx Zoo is kind of like that, but, like, even the Bronx Zoo, like, a lot of the habitats are dated. Over here is the Red River Hog Habitat, which, again, Red River Hog, I will update that mod. But all my animals are boxed up. I don't know why. But they're warthogs right now. So that's kind of weird. Hello, Taylor. Welcome to the stream. We're just doing a... earlier we checked out some mods, but now we're doing a quick little run around of Roger Williams Park Zoo. So, you know, here's our beautiful Red River Hog Habitat, home to warthogs right now. And then over here we have the Maasai Marketplace. So this gift shop, I might want to redo. It's a bit dated now, but we're working on it, you know, in the future, just to get everything up to date. Here are the elephants. So we have 3 elephants at the zoo. We have Kate, Jenny, and Alice, and this is their decently large habitat. It's probably a little bit outdated by modern standards, but I still think it's pretty good. And then that's the elephant and giraffe building, as well as their little waterfall section. And if we come up here, we can get a great view of both the elephants and giraffes. None of the giraffes seem to be out. They're all probably indoors. Yeah, they're all indoors right now. But normally this is a pretty good viewing area. I thought Planet Zoo froze on me for a second. Zoo looks great. Yeah, thanks, honestly. I appreciate it. What are you, zoo tours? Yep, so then we come over here and we get to the Embassy of Rhode Island, Dunkin' Donuts, now called Dunkin'. So you can get your coffee here. You come in, you get your coffee from the nice lady, and then she gets you a medium iced coffee, extra light with 2 sweet and lows. And they give you a hot cup because you're a Rhode Islander, and that's what you do. And then you come out, and then you sit down over by Tusker's, and then you look at their insane prices on the, you know, food court and stuff. But, you know, I think it's beautiful, and then you get a nice look at the lake. You can take a look over here and get a nice look at the lake. But then when you're done, you can come over here, and then it's coronavirus, so you can't feed the giraffes, and, you know, it's one-way traffic, so you can't do any of this. So no, this used to be when I was a kid, a nice viewing area, but then over time they just got rid of it. But this used to be like my favorite viewing area for the giraffes because it was like the best looking one. But you know, obviously, it kind of sucks they're all indoors right now because I was kind of hoping to look at them. So this is the African Spurred Tortoise Outdoor Habitat. They're not here right now. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas, Miss Queen. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so here's the thing. Do you want me to treat this tour like how I would normally do the zoo, or based on like what the best thing of how I did my episodes would be? Because I guess I could probably do it sort of how the normal zoo tour would be, which would normally kind of exit out here. So let's just do it that way. So if we come up here, we get our harbor seal habitat, which actually should be a harbor seal now that I've updated it. Yep, here it comes. So, you know, don't mind the shitty glass reflection. That's not my fault. That's just Frontier not updating the glass to reflect actual aquatic viewing areas. So, unfortunately, you can't see anything from this underwater viewing, just because the thing. Miss Quinn, $10? Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you very much. That means a lot. So thank you. God, you guys are being extremely generous right now. Thank you very much. That means a lot. Wow. I just came back to the stream. What zoo are we at? Yeah, we're at Roger Williams right now. So we're doing a little zoo tour of Roger Williams as a whole. So right now we're at the Harbor Seal Habitat. And I was just commenting about how you can't actually see anything because of the glass. Oh, wait, hold on. There you go. There's vaguely Bubba. You can vaguely see him. So, you know, that's the Harbor Seal Habitat. Then we get to the Textron Elephant and Giraffe Pavilion, which you can come in here. So this building I really want to update. Could you mod the barrier? I'm not sure if I could because the glass and stuff is a shader. So this is a building that I really want to redo because the indoors, while accurate, it's like not really that visually appealing because it's obviously very large and you know, there's not a lot of detailing on the walls and stuff. So I really did want to like come back and, you know, figure everything. These streams are so fun for peeps who cannot be with the family. Oh, I honestly appreciate that, because yeah, that is like a thing that I was kind of like hoping for, is like for people who maybe don't have like a family right now, like you could come by the stream and like I could at least entertain you a little bit, and we could like, you know, have a little reminisce of the last year of, you know, 2020 and all of its ups and downs, and kind of reflect on everything I've at least done modding and Roger Williams wise. So we can check this out. Could you mod a habitat with no keeper gate? I could maybe do that. I have to check that out, because the thing with the fence mods is all fences in the game are basically using a modular system for their pieces. So I'll have to see about that, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, so if we came out, so, you know, imagine this is a better looking building than it is. Honestly, if anyone knows any like people who are really, really good about the what's it called? If anyone knows any really good builders who do interiors, could you let me know? Because like I don't know if anyone would want to take this on and do this. Can't remember if you ever mentioned it in your other videos, but what are you going to attempt any of the are you going to attempt any of their new master plan? So yes. So I was going to do a series of specials once this actual series is over, and it would have kind of gone over. I was probably going to do like their sea lion habitat, their tiger habitat, and a few others, and then you know, try to figure everything out. Where are you from? Sorry, I'm new to the channel. So I'm from Rhode Island in the United States. So it's part of New England, which if anyone from another country doesn't know, that's roughly near Boston. It's between Boston and New York. So the northeast half of the United States. And this is just my local zoo. So I kind of, you know, on my channel, focus on all of the local New England zoos and aquariums. So this is Roger Williams. This is my local zoo. And this is, you know, the project I've been working on the longest. I've also done Mystic Aquarium, which is my local aquarium, and that's in Connecticut. And then I will also be working on Southwick Zoo, probably, which is in Mendon, Mass. I'm from Rhode Island, too. Oh, thank you. Honestly, cool. I didn't know if there were any other, you know, Rhode Islanders. I often talk... Okay, so as a Rhode Islander, I'm curious about this. You know about Alan Sean Feinstein, correct? Because this was a thing that I have a few people on my server from Connecticut and Mass, but they don't know who Alan Sean Feinstein is. But other Rhode Islanders should know, because he literally like monopolizes, is that a word? The state, just by being in everyone's, you know, schools and stuff. So I am curious about that. Like, okay, you do know who he is. Yeah, because like that's the thing where I want to do for the Alan Sean Feinstein Wetlands Trail. I want to do a whole episode with my buddies from college and high school and stuff, where we go over Alan Sean Feinstein to explain it to people, because it's like a weird cult, like, you know, philosophy. Hello, Peter. Peter? Is it Peter with an I? I don't know. But hello, welcome to the stream. Merry New Year's Eve. He used to donate money to our school. Yeah, exactly. Like, he donates to every school. Like, it's, and like, that's just the thing, is like, he'd give us, you know, the Feinstein Junior Scholar cards and everything. I'm from Europe, to be more clear, Southeast Europe. Okay, yeah, so yeah, if you're not familiar, yeah, again, I'm from the United States, and I'm kind of in the northeast half of the United States. And then, yeah, this is just my local zoo. And so, yeah, that's kind of, you know, and I live in Rhode Island. That is the good idea. I'm really good. I can take it on if you want. I'll put a video on my channel showing myself off. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I'd be interested in it. The big, like, if possible, I wish I had, like, other people who lived in New England that knew the zoo really well, so that, like, they weren't just using, like, reference images and stuff. But just someone who could, like, just do a really good recreation would be really cool. I've been working on Franklin Park Zoo in-game from these videos, almost halfway done. Yeah, honestly, that'd be really cool, because I want to see other people, like, recreating zoos. And if there's zoos that I'm familiar with and stuff, that's even cooler. A big project we've been discussing on my server and stuff we've been trying to tackle for the last year Bronx Zoo in New York. And the thing with that is just it's a massive zoo. So it'd be a huge project to work on my own. But I would definitely, like, if any other big channels and stuff want to help me out or whatever, like, the Bronx Zoo is definitely a big recreation I've been wanting to do for a bit now. But I'll have to see if other people are interested in that. But I definitely wanted to do that as a series. So this is unfortunately kind of where, we have to use our imagination a little bit, just for a little bit. So as you come here, this is where the old Humboldt penguin habitat used to be, not there anymore. So now we are on the Alexanani Barnyard, which, like I said, that's over here. This area is basically a parking lot for the staff, and there's nothing here. And then over here is the massive building, which is Faces of the Rainforest, and this is our new rainforest building. So if you come over here, this is our outdoor howler monkey / titi monkey and saki monkey habitat. So that would be over here. And then you would enter in the building. Here we go. Whoa! And then we're in Face of the Rainforest. Imagine it. It'll be so grand. And there's howler monkeys and sloths and everything. And then, we'll go over here. Oh, look, there's some black-bellied piranhas or black spot piranhas. And here's the giant otters. And here's the tamandua. And you come out here, and then there's a bathroom over here. And then you exit out. And then you come over here, and then this is the giant anteater habitat. And then in the back is the old Tropical America building. And then we come over here, and then this is the Chilean flamingo habitat. Okay, that's enough pretending. That's pretty much all the pretending we have to do. So then over here, you would come over here. There would be a black or a blue and gold macaw habitat, which is not really a habitat. And we get over here to the actual rest of the zoo. So this is the conservation center. So this is what I worked on a little bit off screen last time. And I tried to make it, decently accurate with the minimalistic pieces I could use. Sloth mod, please. I will be doing a sloth mod likely. It'll be a two-toed sloth mod, and I will be working on that. I'll send you a link to my channel on Instagram. Okay, yeah, that's cool. So I'll check you out after, and I'll maybe be in contact about taking on that. I want to start a Milwaukee County Zoo remake, but I don't know where to start. Yeah, see, that's... Okay, the biggest thing I have for accurate zoo recreations. First things first. As much as you want to trace zoo maps, always use top-down Google Earth images of the park. And you can use the kind of program that I used for the first episode of Roger Williams and Mystic on top replica. And I'm probably going to make a tutorial on how to use that effectively. But definitely use that. It'll get you the correct proportions that you want. And, you can literally just trace the thing over, your entire map. I apologize about the coral here. So this is also a part of the aquatic mod pack that I'm working on. But, so these replace flower, like this random colored flower. As you can see, the only time I ever used this flower was in this one section of Roger Williams. So right now they're coral, but, I'm a Planet Zoo channel. Could you take a look? Yeah, I'll take a look at your channel afterward. Once I'm done with the stream, I'll check people's stuff out and stuff like that. Excuse me. I need water. That's what I need. I'm losing my voice. I've been talking all day. But this is the rest of the Conservation Center building, which I want to thank Wiser, Shenanigan, and Scholid for helping me get all 8 of these posters done, because these look really good. And I'm really proud of how they turned out. I think they are really good looking. So now we can enter World of Adaptations. So World of Adaptations is the, build kind of where we're at right now, where I've been working. So you can come over here quick if you wanted to look at the gibbon habitat, which right now they're bonobos, but this is their gibbon habitat. You would look at that. And then you enter in World of Adaptations, and then, whoa! Look at this. It's like you're in Polynesia or something. It's so cool. And you come over here. This is the tree kangaroo habitat, which is koalas right now, because, like I said, I haven't had the time to update all of my mods yet. So bear with me. Not all the mods are going to be updated. Besides Southwick's, which New England zoo would you want to do after Roger Williams, from one New Englander to another? So I was talking with Dill, Dill, who is another fellow. He's in Massachusetts, and after Southwick's, I was thinking of maybe working with him on Capron Park Zoo, just because that's his zoo that he works at, and it's a smaller zoo, and so it'd be a smaller project. So I didn't want to tackle Franklin Park and stuff until I've been to it. Um, and I know it's a bigger zoo. So Capron Park seemed like a small enough zoo that would be an easy build without being too crazy. So this is the Komodo Dragon habitat. I don't know where the Komodo Dragon itself is. Is that boxed up? Yeah. All my animals are boxed up for some reason. I don't know why. So, yep. It's going to freak out on me now. This is the issue I had last time, is like literally just to fit it in the habitat, I had to like unbox it and then immediately try to like move it. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to like move it effectively into the habitat, because I might have to like literally like unbox it somewhere else or something. Franklin is underwhelming after like 2 times. Yeah, I've heard that. Like, it's not it's a big zoo because it's in Boston, but like it's not actually that great of a zoo from what I've heard. This is the wrinkled hornbill habitat, for those who didn't know. So this is this beautiful bird. So these were made by Drac. You know, everyone knows Drac. Beautiful, beautiful prop creator. And yeah, he helped, you know, make some of the birds over here. This is the emerald tree boa habitat. The mod isn't working right now, so it's a yellow anaconda. So we'll move beyond that. I made these nice signs, if you haven't seen that episode, but, you know, it's a tortoise and a turtle and a little educational sign. I don't know if people wanted me to upload this one to the workshop, if people would be interested in this. But this is what I was talking about at the beginning, where a lot of the stuff I made early on into the episode or like episodes of the series are now kind of outdated. And so, you know, relative to the amount of detail I put into later episodes. So this is the dove of some kind. It's like the fruit dove, Jamaican fruit dove or something. And then you come over here, we have the Australasia sign. This was the old one. And we get one little view of the North American river otters from here. I don't know if you can see them. And then we have the wallaby habitat, which is gigantic. And there's our wallaby, which right now is a kangaroo, but, you know, literally looks the exact same. So this is the little wallaby, the Bennett's wallaby habitat. Are you going to continue Atlas Park? So that's the thing. I'm not sure about Atlas Park. I might end the stream showing off the footage from the next Atlas Park episode that was being worked on for a while. And, you know, I'll have to see about it, because Lemur isn't really interested in doing the park anymore. And so I'm not sure if I want to continue it, but I'll have to see. So we'll have to see about that, because I wouldn't mind working on Atlas Park, but I also don't want to bite more off than I can chew. So I already have Mystic, Roger Williams. I'm going to be starting Wildcard soon with the live streams and modding and etc. I'm not sure if I want another series that I have to worry about on top of that. So I'll have to see. But I am definitely interested in continuing Atlas Park, but I'll have to see. I did show off the Binturong a little bit, but we're coincidentally at the Binturong Habitat, so I can look at them again. So where are they? Oh, here they are. So these are the Bentarongs. So there's 4 in the habitat. There's 3 small ones, which are the triplets, and then the main one, which I think might be up there on the roof, which is kind of accurate. But this is the Binturong. It's basically using the red panda, obviously, as a basis, and then it's just a little retexture. And then there you go. There's our Binturong. And then, yeah, so that's it. That's the Binturong. There's not much to it. And then, obviously, the climbing frame is kind of cool. So then, as we come here, so if you come down here, this was originally an area for prairie dogs where you used to be able to come in here, and then you see these little portholes. You used to be able to like stick your head up and look at the prairie dogs through them. They've kind of boarded up this area now, but the pathway down is still there. The Binturong, or the Barbarossa episode, is coming out next. That'll be the next thing I work on. And then past that, we have the Kookaburra and Tawny aviary, and then obviously the outdoor radiated tortoise habitat. Yeah, so that's basically that. So now we can finally enter into all the stuff that is actually 100% complete, and that is the rest of the park. So as you come here, so this is the main food court area next to the menagerie building, which is the gift shop. And so you can see the beautiful gift shop that I've created. I'm really proud of how the gift shop turned out because it's very accurate to how it actually looks. And like, yeah, I made like all these custom things like, oh, look, it's a magnet stand, and look, it's that little thing where you get rocks out of or gems or whatever. Over here, I made little toys. There's little, like, you know, Safari LTD figures that I made out of gutter pieces. Yeah, I made these stuffed animals. I know there's other stuffed animals on the workshop now, but I was kind of proud that I was able to work on these myself without, you know, needing other people's, you know, work and stuff. And obviously they're not the best looking thing, but I don't think they're terrible either. I think they definitely get the job done. Looks very detailed. Yeah, thanks. Because and then I don't know if anyone knew, I put an Easter egg up here. So normally this isn't accessible for any normal person. But I put a little Easter egg in here, which is the fucking polar bear statue, which was like a reference to like the old polar bear enclosure that we used to have. So I threw that in there just as a little Easter egg for those who wanted to see. Then you come out here, and then basically you come into here, and then I don't know if there's any peacocks around, but this is sometimes where the Indian peafowl likes to hang out. And then, yeah, so we can quickly go in the snake den building. So this is the snake den building. We have a couple of different snake types that you can come in, and then come out the other side. You know, this is one of my favorite buildings I got to work on. I like the little decal of the snake I did on the side. And yeah, so now we can go into the Venetian Plaza. Dylan and I love this place. So this is based off the Marco Polo Trail. So Marco Polo is obviously an Italian explorer from Venice. So they have a little area which kind of acts as like a wishing well type deal / they use it for parties now. Well, obviously before coronavirus they use it for parties, but it was like a little Italian Venetian area, and it was literally just themed to Venice. And the main thing is it's actually just a facade to hide the actual building purpose, which is the moon bear habitat indoor building. So it's just a clever way to hide it. And then you come in here, and then this is supposed to be Marco Polo's ship. And as a kid, my mom and I agreed that this would be like the coolest like treehouse fort ever, because like it's just such a cool building. It's been closed for a little bit right now because, like I said, it gets rented out for parties, and obviously with coronavirus, you can't go in it. But it's kind of a cool idea. So you come out here, and then you come out here, and then you have the Dromedary Camel Habitat, which unfortunately the Dromedary Camel Sasha passed away in August, so I have taken the camel out. So much like, you know, real life, the actual camel habitat is currently vacant, unfortunately. But, you know, this is where the Dromedary Camel normally would be. There's a little pangolin statue over here that's like a little abstract thing, and then we get to the moon bear habitat. So moon bears are just Formosan black bears, if anyone didn't know. So this is their habitat. Again, the glass is terrible, but we can unbox them. So this is the moon bear. It's a pretty big enclosure. It's one of the biggest there is. And definitely like probably one of my favorite enclosure types in the entire, you know, zoo. There's this cool like trench that like, you know, it literally drops down here. Like as you're looking down, you can literally see the giant crater. But it's very cool. It's a cool habitat. So over here is, this area is all going to be for the tiger enclosure when we eventually get them in the master plan. I'm not sure if we ever will, but we'll have to see. This is the underwater viewing of the moon bears that you can look at down here. And then coming up, we have the snow leopards. So the snow leopard area, normally, and I talk about this in the video, it's actually covered in mesh along the top. But since we didn't have anything that would really look that good, I decided to remove it. Or else it was kind of making it look like the Jurassic World aviary, like where it like is covering the whole thing in like shadows of chain link fence. Down here is the red-crowned crane habitat, which right now is an ostrich, but normally is a red-crowned crane. So, funny story, I lost my hat here when I was a kid. I dropped it in the enclosure, and then the crane took it, and we had to get one of the keepers. Down here is the red panda habitat. So this is the red pandas. Again, very similar to the Binturong habitat. It's a little bit different, but the game definitely needs zoom mesh. Yeah, I don't know why we still don't have them. It's really weird. Like, it's been a weird thing that's been happening recently, or that they haven't addressed. Especially now that they added the aquatic stuff and, you know, added a bunch of stuff like vents and customizable dyeable wood and stuff. I would have thought they would have added mesh with that as well, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll get it in the Asia pack or something. I can't imagine they'll ignore it for too much longer. If you look over there, we can see some snow leopards. They're doing some sort of animation. I live in Omaha. Could you do the Omaha Zoo? I'm wondering if I should do it. See, the thing is, I don't like doing zoos I've never been to, so I've never been there. So the only reason I wouldn't do that is because I don't think I could do an accurate recreation if I haven't been to the zoo myself. That's why I felt kind of confident about doing, like, Bronx Zoo or something. Bronx Zoo I've been to several times. Southwick's I've been to a lot. Even the National Zoo or the Bio Parco in Rome I've been to, so I might be comfortable doing something like that. How do you have the Binturong and red panda? It's easy. The red pandas are just males, and then the Binturong are females. So that was just an easy way to get around that issue. A Stone Zoo would be a quick one. Yeah, I've never been to Stone. Dill has. I might go, because that would just be a quick thing that I've heard. And I heard Stone is very nice. A very, very nice zoo for a smaller one. Over here is the Talkin exhibit. So, they're wildebeest, but Talkin, same difference. You have the little jump thing, and then if we come over here, this is the old Madagascar section, which are now abandoned habitats, other than this one, which is home to North American porcupine and snowy owls. So, this might be a case where I do, like, drac animals or something in the final release of this park. And then we finally come to the last section, which is North America. So, this is normally where the eagles are, but right now they're pandas because the eagles I used are props. So they use the normal... Why are half your mods not there? So my mods weren't updated when 1.4 was, finished. So all of my modded animals that I made before 1.4 are not updated right now. So I'll have to update them before, whatever. But that's the main reason why all of my animals look not like they did in the episodes, is just because the update broke everything. Except for, like I said, the Bentarong and the River Otter, just because they are the newest mods that I worked on, so they're updated just fine. But past that, so this, pretend, is the eagle enclosure, the old polar bear enclosure. Then we have down here the pronghorn habitat. So here are the pronghorns, which this is supposed to be the site of the master plan polar bear enclosure, which I was going to maybe do this stream, but it's kind of late now, so we might not get to it probably. Then finally we have the red wolf habitat over here, wherever they are. There it is. There's the gray wolf, but red wolf, same difference. Then we come over here, and then we have the bison, the American bison. And that kind of rounds out Roger Williams and what I was saying. So if you went this way, like I was saying, you would get to the Reeves Muntjac enclosure, which would be over here, and then you would just follow this path all the way around to the Feinstein Junior Scholar Trail. Or the thing that a lot of people like to do if they don't want to go through the wetlands, because it is swamp, they just use this as a chance to kind of cut through here, and then you're back at the giraffes. And then you just come back the way you came, where you're just going through, past the elephants again and whatever. But that is Roger Williams in a nutshell. That is the whole zoo. But like I said, if you wanted to, when I eventually get around to the Feinstein Trail, that'll literally, you just follow this trail, and then you would come out closer to the zebras, like basically at the entrance of the zoo. And you exit out over here, and then you're back at the parking lot. So yeah, that is basically the whole zoo. Yeah, Stone and Franklin are both awesome. You got to go when you have a chance. They have a baby beards tapir, baby gorilla, and baby pygma. Yeah, I wanted to go to Franklin recently. The issue was Rhode Islanders had our corona numbers peaking. Like, we were like peaking basically, like with the amount of coronavirus stuff we had. So Massachusetts wasn't letting Rhode Islanders into the state. So I couldn't go then. And then I guess now Rhode Island's getting better, but Massachusetts is bad. And so Franklin Park literally shut down their jungle dome or whatever, or tropical dome, whatever they call it. And so even if I wanted to go to the zoo, I literally couldn't see the baby gorilla, tapir, or pygmy hippo just because they shut down the tropical dome, unfortunately. Are you going to play Megaquarium? I never have, but I was definitely interested in it. I was looking at a few different games like that I haven't tried out before. I was looking into like Megaquarium, Parkosaurus, JWE is going to be free. For. By the way, if anyone was interested in getting Jurassic World Evolutions during the Steam Summer Sale, wait, because on New Year's Eve, you're getting it for free via Epic Game Store. So if you wanted JWE for whatever reason, definitely wait until December 31st because they're giving it out for free. So that's just a little heads up for anyone who was wanting to buy it. So I was thinking of maybe trying that out. Megaquarium, Parkosaurus. I just got City Skylines via Epic Game Store, so I was thinking of even getting the, what do they call it? It's like the park expansion that adds zoos and amusement parks. So I was debating doing something like that. Yeah, we're one of the worst, and the tapir has an outdoor area. Oh, the tapir does. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. But see, the thing is, like, I've seen baby tapirs before just because Southwick's has them yearly. Like, they just, crank out babies like crazy over at Southwick's. But, yeah, I was like, I did want to see the baby, especially pygmy hippo, because I love pygmy hippos, but, and then gorillas are obviously, gorillas. Everyone loves gorillas, so. I wanted to see that. But, yeah, so, I don't know, like, do people want me to continue streaming? Because I can maybe for a little bit longer if people really wanted me to, or I could just end it here. But, yeah, just let me know, because, that's Roger Williams, at least. I can show off Mystic really quick, for those who didn't see Mystic Aquarium's new episode that I've been showing off. There's a new baby black rhino at Cincinnati. Yeah, I want to see, like, to see a black rhino, like, up close. Because, again, the only time I've seen a black rhino was at Animal Kingdom, and it was, like, their black rhino viewing area is terrible. It's, like, way in the back of, like, the hippo area. Like, it's behind a river, and, like, there's, like, a bunch of foliage, so you can't really see them that well. But, yeah, I've always wanted to see that. You could do a recreation of Central Park Zoo. See, if I did one of Central Park Zoo, weirdly enough, I would recreate the one from Madagascar, like the movie version, where it's like a fictional version of the Central Park Zoo. Because I think the actual one is just kind of meh. I've heard, like, it's definitely, like, really overrated relative to other zoos in New York, especially the Bronx. But yeah, I've never been to the Central Park Zoo. But who knows, maybe I will someday. Next time I'm in New York and we're not in Corona. Maybe we could do a small building in Mystic. Continue for a little bit. Yeah, okay, I can do that a little bit. I can do a little bit of work in Mystic because I wanted to work on the penguin enclosure just a hair. Can we look at all of your mods? So, I mean, I showed off all the ones that I had, available or whatever. But I can quickly show off all of my other mods. If anyone hasn't seen my Nexus mods, I can show them off quick. So all of these are outdated, except for, like I said, I will have updated the White Rhino by the time we're done with this. But this was the American Alligator mod, so this was the first one I publicly uploaded. It's an alligator. It looks very similar to the crocodile, but it's an alligator. The Watusi, a lot of people have seen from, and this is a very outdated mod. I would definitely redo this. I don't like the way the horns are shaped. Can we see the Triceratops mod? See, unfortunately, I've removed the Triceratops mod from my actual thing, but I have a photo of it on my Discord I can pull up for everyone. You can see it in the background of this image. So there's the Triceratops in the background of the harbor seal image. But where's a zoom in? Here we go. So this is what the actual Triceratops mod looks like. It was a little buggy to begin with, though, so, you know, it's not that crazy. But basically what I did was I took the JWE Triceratops and I literally just copied it and then made it on the Indian Rhino mod. I'm sorry if I'm losing my voice, like I said. I need water. But yeah, things are really cool. JWE nostalgia. Yeah, exactly. It basically just looks like the JWE Triceratops. So kind of take my word for that. But yeah, so this is Mystic with the updated whales. Oh, let me remove this rock. Plop. Get you in the water. So, oh, for some reason my water isn't filtering correctly. That's weird. My water isn't turning blue for some reason. Let me turn that on. Give me a sec here. Game. Economy settings. Oh, yeah. For some reason my maintenance was turned off. But yeah, so if we look over here, the beluga and sea lion and seal enclosures are going to get really blue. Rhino rig, yeah, the Indian rhino rig is what the Triceratops uses. I remember notifying you about wetlands episodes. Yeah, so that was the thing with the wetlands trail is I had to redo the whole thing because I apparently didn't save it. So I had to kind of redo the wetlands trail a little bit. And I now replaced the alligators that I made with ZZ's alligators. I just made them kind of fit better. And I changed the watercolor of the lake to be more of a kind of nice looking swamp, if possible. It kind of looks nicer looking now. And then past that, we come over here. And I need to replace this dolphin statue. This was a monstrosity. I feel ashamed of what I did here. But this is the penguin pavilion. So this is for the African penguin enclosure. So yeah, this is, you know, African penguins, and they are indeed penguins. And you come down this ramp and it's like a little zigzaggy patterning, and like I said, I still have to work on this a little bit. Will the turtle mod be on Nexus? Yes, all mods will be on Nexus. And I can't show off the King Kong mod. I will show that off. And then if we look in here, this is one of the underwater viewings of the penguins. The water still needs to be filtered, but... And then this is the main underwater viewing, which, like I said, the water needs to be filtered because it looks disgusting right now. But this is the, you know, penguin enclosure if anyone didn't see it already. I was working on it on stream on last Thursday? And last Thursday night at like 6 o'clock. But yeah, King Kong. It's like the 2004 one. I can show that off. Yeah, so I think I might do that because I'm getting kind of tired and my voice is going away. So I will quickly show off the King Kong mod for you guys, and then I will probably head off. But like I said, you know, thank you guys for, you know, tuning in on this Christmas Eve. I appreciate it. You know, it's been very, very nice seeing so many people, like, you know, responding in the chat and stuff. So, you know, it means a lot to me. And definitely, I think by the fact that I got almost $20 in, you know, donations today, as well as, you know, an active chat, I definitely think YouTube is where I'm going to stick to streaming. Because I think this is definitely where you guys want me to be at, just by the way you guys have been, you know, it's responding and stuff. And so I do appreciate that. So the King Kong mod, if we get a normal gorilla, right? So this is a normal silverback gorilla. So this is a normal size gorilla, correct? There you go. There's a gorilla. Now, if we wanted to get a King Kong, or a Kong, I guess, you would get a male the Lutalo. So it doesn't have an icon, but this is the King Kong mod. You would send this to the zoo, and then it'll either give me a baby gorilla, which is a bug right now, which we're trying to figure out, or a King Kong. It gave me a King Kong. So there you go. So this is a King Kong, and like I said, it is very large relative to the normal gorilla. So this is the normal gorilla for scale. And it looks kind of weird because the normal map is making it so that the fur shader isn't visible from far away. So if anyone was wondering like why it looks so wrinkly and stuff and not furry, the reason is just because the LOD, it's using a different LOD than it normally would. But yeah, there you go. So that is the King Kong mod overlooking the horrifying monstrosity that is the rest of this thing. And then, like I said, this is the updated White Rhino mod for those who wanted to see that. So, oh, Andy, thank you. You know, now you guys are being really, really kind. So, honestly, that's a great way to probably end the stream. So, thank you again, Andy. I really appreciate that. And yeah, honestly, it helps me. You know, it motivates me to like want to make more content for you guys. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will probably see you guys on Tuesday. So Tuesday, if you want to come, I'll probably be doing this roughly the same time, 1 to 3 o'clock. Swing by on Tuesday, and I will be here live streaming something. So thank you for watching, and I will see you then. Bye, everyone.